In the small car world, one of the most iconic front-wheel drive cars is the Mini. In fact, it is the car that popularized the front-wheel drive layout. Now what we have here is the spiritual successor to that first Mini, the MINI Cooper S in a convertible format, and in this video, we get to check it out. Let's do this. Hello guys, I'm Reagan and welcome back to another car review. If you're new to my channel, I hope you click that subscribe button for your regular dose of Philippine automotive content. If you're my subscriber already, well, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. After, you click that like button. Also, special thanks to the AutoHub Group for providing the MINI Cooper S Convertible to do this review. The MINI Cooper S that we have here is not a direct descendant of that original Mini that was produced by the British Motor Corporation decades back. Rather, this is the third generation BMW Mini, which may share the same nameplate as the original, but when it comes to the technical specs, well, they are completely different. Essentially, this is still a BMW in a fun and quirky looking package. Now what we have here is a MINI Cooper S Convertible Automatic, and it has a sticker price of 3,500,000 Philippine pesos. Now, while that might seem a bit pricey for what started out as an affordable car for the British masses, well, do keep in mind, as I mentioned, this is still a BMW convertible in a fun and quirky looking package. But there's nothing BMW about this front fascia. Now, the MINI Cooper S may have grown in size through the years, but it has retained all of those classic design elements that makes this MINI Cooper look so unique. It still gets those iconic LED headlights here that are circular in shape, but Mini has now given all of the Cooper S's with a fully adaptive LED headlight system. We also have here those LED DRLs in a circular shape, and these LED DRLs also double as your turn signals. Now, it's so cool how they look when you're activating your turn signals, so I highly recommend, guys, that you always use your turn signals when you're driving your MINI Cooper S, unlike some BMW owners out there. Now, some more changes that's been done to this updated MINI Cooper S is this glossy blacked out Mini logo right here, and we also have glossy blacked out trim surrounding your front grille. Now, the front grille has also received the body color paint here for the safety bar area in the middle. This used to be blacked out in the previous MINI Cooper S. And we also have larger air ducts found here in the front bumper that serves cool air into your front brakes. Now, speaking of cool air, we also have a larger opening here in the front bumper which serves cool air into your intercooler. Now, this MINI Cooper convertible comes in this fun and quirky color which Mini calls zesty yellow. Now, this zesty yellow color is only available in the convertible variants of the Cooper S. You can also spec your Cooper with racing stripes like this, which I highly recommend that you do so, guys, because it really ups the coolness factor of this MINI Cooper S. Now, that is the core essence of driving a MINI Cooper, to look absolutely cool. Now, the side profile of this MINI Cooper S Convertible shows off just how small this Cooper S is. Now, these MINI Coopers have grown in size through the years, but this Cooper S Convertible is still a pretty small car when it comes to modern car standards. Now, this Cooper S Convertible has received some updates also here on the side. We get a blacked out power folding side mirrors there. We've got a blacked out door handles and also a blacked out fuel filler cap. Now, when you turn your attention to the front fender garnish, it has also been redesigned and now incorporates those LED turn signals. Now, that is a pretty cool design. Now, this Cooper S Convertible, well, is a convertible, so we get a fabric soft top here, and if you look at the design of that fabric soft top, we've got the Union Jack embossed right there. Now, that is another cool feature. Now, I'm pretty sure, guys, that you'd want to see how this fabric top operates, so I'm going to show it to you. Now, all you need to do is switch on the toggle switch right here found on the rear view mirror, and this top will automatically fold down for you. Now, this is a fully automatic operation, so you could do that whether you want to put the top up or top down. Now, do keep in mind, though, that with the top down, this fabric top will occupy around a third of the trunk space of this MINI Cooper S Convertible, so that's something that you also have to take into consideration. Now, when it comes to its wheels and tires, well, this Mini can be spec'd in different wheel designs, but what we have here is a glossy piano black finish 17-inch alloy wheel, and it's wrapped in 205/45 R17 run flat tires. Behind those wheels, we get 4-wheel disc brakes, and for your suspension, we have front struts up front and an independent multi-link rear suspension at the back. Now, the ground clearance of the Cooper S Convertible stands at 114 millimeters, which is kind of low, but considering that all 4 wheels have been pushed out to all 4 corners, well, you hardly get any overhangs here in the front and the rear. So that means, guys, that clearing a speed bump or a steep parking ramp would not be an issue. The rear end of this MINI Cooper S Convertible is even made more special by these gorgeously designed LED taillights. Now, if you look closely, these LED taillights have that Union Jack design to them. Now, whoever designed these taillights should get a pay raise for their creativity. Now, there are some more notable bits here that have changed in this mild facelift. We have here a piano blacked out center garnish here, and also the Cooper S logo is also blacked out. Now, if you go down further, you'll see that the center-mounted twin functional exhaust pipes here have also received the glossy piano black finish. These are not a stainless steel exhaust pipes, but rather blacked out exhaust pipes. Now, that's also pretty cool. Now, since this is the convertible Cooper S, as you can see, we already have the top down, well, the trunk lid doesn't open up, but rather it opens downward. Now, when you open this trunk lid, you'll see that you have enough space in the trunk for one hand carry luggage or a duffel bag. Can't be both, no? You can't put a medium-sized luggage here, so if you're driving the MINI Cooper S Convertible and you're going on a long trip, well, do keep in mind that you have to pack light. Now, since this is the MINI Cooper S, it gets a larger 2-liter inline-4 turbo petrol engine that puts out 178 horsepower according to the brochure. You see, there are some reports that the Philippine-spec MINI Cooper S can put out more than 190 horsepower. Now, if those rumors are true, well then this MINI Cooper S Convertible would be one yummy canyon carver. Now, the torque figures of this thing is at around 280 Newton meters for its maximum torque figures, but that maximum torque is readily available as low as 1,350 RPM. Now, that means that maximum torque comes in just above idle, so this thing is gonna pull really hard. And knowing these BMW engines, yes, I do believe that this MINI Cooper S Convertible is gonna pull really, really hard. Now, all that power and torque is sent to the front wheels. Well, if you were to ask me, those are the wrong wheels, but this is the iconic BMW Mini, so yeah. All that power is sent to the front wheels via a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. Now, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour times can be done in around 7.8 seconds, but that's only if this were in the 178 horsepower guys. If those rumors are true and this thing can put out more than 190 horsepower, well then those 0 to 100 kph times would be a lot less. Now, that makes me truly excited to test out one of these things and find out if those rumors are really true. When you step inside the cockpit of this MINI Cooper S Convertible, you'll see that the circular theme continues on inside the cabin. However, despite that playful character that this MINI Cooper S Convertible has, well, this cabin is still pure business. You see, we get black leather seats here, and these seats are both manually adjustable, which is something that you'd want to have in this 3-door coupe. You see, that would make it easier for your rear passengers to get in and out of the vehicle. Now, true to BMW form, we also have adjustable thigh supports here, and I love the fact that we've got a good amount of bolsters on the thighs and at the sides of my body to hold you in place when you take this thing out for a mountain run. And I highly recommend that you always put the top down and take this baby out to a mountain run because that is its true life purpose, guys. Now when you go over to the steering wheel, we have a gorgeously wrapped leather wrap steering wheel here, and they also changed the design of the buttons here. We've got a glossy piano black buttons here for your hands-free connectivity and also cruise control. Now behind the wheel, you'll see you've got a pair of paddle shifters here for those spirited shifting that you're gonna do when you're canyon carving in this thing. And when you look at the steering wheel, we also have a tilting and telescoping steering wheel. Now I love the fact that when you tilt this thing, the instrument gauge cluster also goes with it. So that also shows the performance nature of this MINI Cooper S Convertible. Now those instrument gauge clusters, well, this is a fully digital instrument gauge cluster here, and it shows you your vital vehicle information. When you move from there and look up to your rear view mirror area, you'll see that you have a row of toggle switches here. Now these are your toggle switches for your dome light, but in the center, that is the toggle switch to operate the soft top. Now going down from there, we have here that iconic large circle that is found here in the center of your dashboard. And instead of housing the instrument gauge cluster like the previous generations of this BMW Mini, well, we have here an updated 10-inch touchscreen infotainment system that comes with Apple CarPlay as standard, but it doesn't come with Android Auto. However, we also get the image here of your reverse camera plus the guidelines for your rear parking sensors. Now when you move down from there, we have a trio of rotary knobs here for your dual zone fully automatic climate control system. And when you go down further, we have another row of classic looking toggle switches here that is so gorgeously executed. I mean, I love how this looks, and I love the fact that you've got your red engine push start button here. Well, it's not really a button, it's a toggle switch. So you've got your red engine toggle switch here, and it's throbbing in that red light as if it's just ready to go. It's ready to race, guys. Now, beside that engine toggle switch, we also have the toggle switches to turn off your engine start-stop system, traction control, and also a toggle switch for your drive modes, whether you're gonna go sport or you're gonna go green. Now going down from there, we have a pair of cup holders here, which I will subject to my clean canteen test. So let's see. Yes, the MINI Cooper S Convertible's cup holders passes my clean canteen test. No problemo, guys. Now, under that pair of cup holders, we have here, well, a nice looking shifter. Kind of looks like a phallic symbol to me, guys. But yeah, it is a shifter there for your, for your 7-speed dual clutch transmission. And we also have an actual manual handbrake here. Now, beside that handbrake, we've got the control knobs and buttons for your infotainment system. And we also have a tiny looking center armrest here, which is pretty comfortable to put your elbow on. And it also houses, well, a tiny cubby. Now, other notable features of this MINI Cooper S Convertible is that you get an 8-speaker Harman Kardon sound setup. So yeah, considering the size of this thing, you're going to have a pretty good sound stage here. Now, if you look at the materials they use here, well, you've got a lot of soft touch materials, and you've got some nice leather inserts in your, well, these are not leather inserts. Yeah, these are soft touch materials in your door cards. And as I mentioned, you've got a lot of circular themes going on here. Now, despite being owned by BMW, well, this Mini is a sharp contrast from the sharp lines and edges that most BMW cabins would give you, because yeah, this is more organic and also, well, well-rounded, pun intended. Now I'm going to show you the back seat, guys. And to get into the back seat, the good thing there is you've got a nifty little switch here, or pull thingy, I don't know. Yeah, here at the back of the driver's seat, so that could easily just open up to the back seat area, and we can just get inside. Now, for such a tiny little car, I'm surprised to get a good amount of space here at the back. I'm 5'6", guys, and yeah, in terms of knee room, I'm getting around 2 inches of knee room left. And when it comes to headroom, well, what are we talking about, guys? We have the top down. I've got an infinite amount of headroom right here. Now, maybe for people who are like 5'8" or even taller, this back seat would feel cramped. But for somebody like me, well, it feels snug. It feels pretty okay, especially when you put the top down. Now, the good thing here is we also got a few amenities here at the back. We've got 4 Harman Kardon speakers right here on both my left and the right side, and we have a solo cup holder found right here in the middle of the 2 rear passengers. So if you have a couple of drinks, well, you'll have to call dibs on this solo cup holder if you don't want to hold your drinks. So yeah, other than that, well, we have a pair of cubbies here where if you want to park like your smartphone or other stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty surprised, guys, that this back seat is pretty decent, especially since this Mini is mini. There are only a few cars out there that will make you turn your head and look back at the parking lot after you park that said car. This MINI Cooper S Convertible is one of those cars. It has a truly iconic and unique design to it that suits people who prefer to stand out. It's also one of the sharpest driving front-wheel drive cars available today, a statement that I hope to prove soon enough. Now, it might share some mechanical bits with the BMW 218i Grand Coupe Sport that I recently drove, but from what I've heard, these MINI Coopers have their own distinct driving personalities. Well, the only way for me to truly find out is to drive one of these things. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Thanks for watching.